Hey, good afternoon. I'm Mark Lotz with LotzHomeRemodeling.com. This is our first live stream. It's about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, January 13th, Friday the 13th. So hopefully that won't kind of lead us down a goofy path. But I'm just here to tell you a little bit about ourselves, a little bit about our company, kind of what we're planning on doing with our live cast, and hopefully, we can touch some folks and help them out, give them some information. So we're not real quite sure what is all going to happen with this broadcast, but welcome again to our inaugural broadcast. Tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in the home improvement service for, looks like this will be 29 years actually this February. So it's kind of tell you a bit how I started. I've worked for my father, who was a painting contractor for many years, and decided one day to go out on my own. I always decided that I was going to run my own business. So I remember the first day I really kind of started was when I purchased my first vehicle. By the way, I traded in my wife's favorite vehicle. I would highly not recommend doing that if you're going to start a business. So started out, been handling folks' home improvement needs for, like I said, 29 years. And as our business has kind of expanded over the years, we started out as a painting contractor. We do a lot of little repairs and stuff, and then our customers were asking us to do a little bit more for them. So it went from installing doors and windows and building decks, and then remodeling kitchens and baths. So our business has kind of grown, and we find that there are a lot of questions that people have and really want somebody to help and answer them. And that's kind of, we're hoping that we can kind of convey with you guys some of the things that get asked of us. I think really the most important thing here is we have fun. We're educating folks. We're letting them know what products, what services are available, some of the things that we do, some of the questions that people are. It's funny because when I'm with folks, they don't really ask you, and you really got to kind of get a chance to sit down and look them in the eye and get comfortable, and then they start asking you. So sometimes you won't ask a contractor when they're in your home, about insurance or about their guys and who's working for them. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can help you folks as the end consumer in handling needs and services that are being done in your home. So, okay. So my dad started probably 40 years in the business, worked for him. One great thing, and I'm truly blessed, and this whole broadcast that we're putting together really stems around family. My media team starts with my sons Joe and Dan. They do a fantastic job. They're off camera here. You can't see them. I won't show them right now. They're kind of shy. So it also goes into my wife Brenda, who runs our office. She fields phone calls, handles a lot of the customer if we have challenges, scheduling, things of that nature. So she's a great she really is the glue to not only our business but our family. She kind of holds everything together, and she's really the superstar in our company. And I'm blessed to have my two older sons as our media team, and Brenda, who runs our office, and then I get to go flail around and help people bring their dreams to the reality. Whether it's putting in a new kitchen, new bath, project we just wrapped up fairly recently, a 3 Seasons room. So I'm pretty fortunate that I get to do that. But it really kind of goes back to my history of how I started out and who I am as a person. And there again, I'm truly blessed to have two pretty fantastic parents. My dad, Big Bill, we call him, definitely was a hard charging guy, and he was pretty straightforward. Understood that he wanted you to work hard, wanted you to make sure that you took real good care of your customer, and make sure that you're always fair with people. He never accepted my excuses, and always expected the best out of us. So, and I had three brothers that also worked in the line of work that I do, and anybody who knows my dad can tell you that he was tough, but he was fair, and that was all the people that ever worked for my father that are still in the home improvement business or in the construction industry have all been pretty successful. And I think it came from the respect that my dad had earned, and in respect also giving back to people. So, and then that leads me to my mom. And my mom, she's been gone now for this will be 23 years, so I miss her dearly. But she always for myself as a small business owner, she was the person that really always said I could do just about anything I wanted to do. She always had that belief in me. So there again, I'm truly blessed that she was in my life and continues to be in my heart. And excuse me. I don't know, I get a lot of this from her, but she was the most common sense person. It was almost to a fault. She was just, her wisdom, it was so simplistic. I know that might sound crazy, but she, I always say the problem with common sense, it's not so common. She had a ton of it, and I feel like I got a lot of that. And she always told me to treat people with respect. Same with my dad. Respect was a real big issue in going into folks' homes and taking care of them. So that tells you a little bit of history about myself, my family, a little bit about our business. And so how does this kind of pertain to you? I'm really looking, I'm the guy that when you're driving down the road and you and your spouse are in the car, and it's kind of hard for us guys to stop and ask for directions, but I'm the guy that's standing maybe in the gas station, you pull up, and I'm telling you, if you ask me, oh, where's this or where's that, and I'll spend 5 minutes telling you how to get there and everything. That's how I've always been. I mean, it's probably from my upbringing. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this, is being able to reach not just the folks that I deal with in a day in and day out basis here in the Chicagoland area, but maybe I can reach out to somebody that's in New York or California or somewhere on the other side of the world. So I'm here to help. I'm here to answer questions. I always tell folks, if I don't have the answer, I'm going to find the answer for you. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I just don't like kind of dancing around issues. I'd rather be straight and direct. I think what our broadcast is going to be, I'm hoping to be informative on products, services. Also want to have some fun. Not sure which direction we're going to go with this. Have a moment too where we'll get real serious. I'm a big believer as consumers that are out there that they get what they need to have, and sometimes they don't know what they need to have. So hopefully I can be that way. So today has actually been a pretty good day considering it's January the 13th. I'm going to end this on a note here. We just kind of wrapped up a project today, and I was with the customer, and I had a few minutes to spend with her, and we did a project that I really know that family is important to her and her husband. And she told me today, she's like, I said, "Are you happy with everything?" And she said, "Yeah." And she started, excuse me, she started to well up because we did what we wanted for her, and we got her what's really important to her and her family. And in my world, you know, every day you're hitting, if you want to use baseball as an analogy, you're hitting singles. Today was the home run for me. Not for me, but for her and her family, because I know how important it was for her to have the project we got done for her. It's just a natural extension of her and her family and what she wants to have in her life. So since this being January 13th, I'm going to end this. As I've coached sports, and I always tell the guys at the end of practice, let's end on a high note. So I want to thank you for joining us, and that's how I'm going to leave this our inaugural broadcast on that high note. So we'll look forward to seeing you down the road. Thanks again.